Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button below and join the family. Yay! So, hey. So, today I'm gonna talk about how I got depressed first month into uni. Can you believe it? Like, it sounds ridiculous, but depression, it's not a joke. And yeah, it's not a joke. Like, it's a serious thing. It happens, and it happens to the best of us. So that's what I'm gonna talk about today. So I remember it was January, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go in record time, slay this class, and then out. I thought I was prepared because I've been to college before. So even though I knew it was not the same, but I knew like it was kind of similar to college, as it, like, the freedom, all the aspect that comes with it, like the freedom, meeting new people, like, and it not being like high school in a way, because high school everybody knew everyone. The high school that I went to, like, it was everybody knew everyone. So I knew that I was going to a big school and everything. So I thought I was prepared. So hey, going into university, you have to be strong. Yeah, strong. Like, you have to be prepared, like, emotionally, physically, financially. Like, hey, so I remember I went there a week prior to orientation week. And then when I got there, everything was nice. I was so happy. So the reason why I went a week prior to orientation week was because I wanted to familiarize myself with the place, know where everything is, how do I get to campus, where the buses are at, where do I catch a bus, where do I catch a taxi, where are the stores, like everything. I just wanted to be familiar with the place before I can begin my year. Okay, so cool. It was fine, everything was okay. I was adjusting, it was fine. And then orientation week came. Orientation week was okay. It was not a culture shock or anything. I've been in similar surrounding, and the campus which I go to, it's not main campus, so it's like a smaller nyana campus. So it's kind of like a similar setting to the college that I went to previously. So I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna slay this. Like, so yeah, everything was cool. I made friends. Yeah, and they actually my friends now. So yeah, orientation week. So yeah, everything was fine, everything was flowing. We finished, it wasn't actually a week, I think it was 3 days. Yeah, so it was 3 days, and then it was okay, and then I went back to rest, and yeah, everything was cool. First week, there came a shock of my life. Like, I used to be the smartest. Like, in school, I used to be in the top 5. Varsity, in college, yes, I used to also be in the top 5. So I was always the smartest, like one of those smart people in class. So there came a shock of my life. Like, at that point, I felt like I was like number 1, ceiling, like right there. So I remember this one instant, a guy in class raised a hand, and then a lecturer was like, yes. And the guy was actually raising a concern that why are they teaching us basics while they should be teaching us more advanced things? I was like, okay, we are first years, so they're supposed to introduce everything, because some of us didn't do that subject in high school. So I don't get why this guy, like, I don't know. Okay, fine. Like, those guys who like to act as if like they are smart, they got this, and then they know everything, or got it, like they've done this course before. So I was like, yo. And everybody in class was like, and I was like, everybody knew what they were talking about except me. Like, I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, yo, like, I'm in this course, like I chose the wrong thing. I don't think I'm gonna do this. Like, I don't think I'll pass. So I'm even thinking about changing courses because everybody seems to be understanding. And then came the third year students who came there, and they were like, yeah, nah, like everybody who was passing with distinctions and everything seemed to have done, like, had like a background of the course now, which I didn't. So I was like, yo, like, yeah, I'm gonna fail. Like, I'm gonna fail. But I was like, you know what, you got this, girl. Like, awa, you can't chicken out first week. Awa. And then, okay, fine, everything was fine. Okay, another thing. Okay, this is where my depression started. Like, the workload there, it was something else. I remember there was this lecturer, like, she comes once a week, but we have to complete a chapter. Got that? One lecture. So I have to go home, study, and then the chapter is like, it was 188 pages. So I have to complete that in a week. Next week, it's another chapter. And I was like, yo, the workload was just piling up because I was not used to that. Like, I'm used to doing maybe a chapter maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it was a new thing to me. And then it not only was it for her module, it was for other modules as well. So in a week I had to complete a chapter in each module, and then they tell you at the end of the week that you're writing a test. I mean, yo, like, the work was piling up. I was not understanding. I didn't understand. Like, I did not understand in class what they were talking about. Like, like they were speaking a foreign language. Like, I didn't understand anything. Like, I can't tell you one thing that I understood. Like, I didn't understand. Okay, there was only this one subject. I think in this module, there's a section whereby, yeah, I kind of understood. So yeah, only that, and it counted like, it counts like 33% of the module. That's the only thing I understood. So okay, fine. So a bombshell was dropped. I think it was the following week, yes, the second week of it was the third week. A bombshell was dropped, and then I was told that, actually not I alone, the whole class, we found out that we were not gonna be funded. Like, our course will no longer be funded by NFSAS. So the thing, like, what surprised me, like, I kind of went into disbelief because when I was at Resne, during orientation week, there was a list which was released of NFSAS funded students and of the course which were being phased out and not funded by NFSAS, and those were the list of funded students. So I didn't understand what was going on. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna listen. Now I know I'm funded. So I was just in denial and everything. Okay, I think a week or two went by, and then it started to hit me because this thing was real now. And then people were starting to talk about dropping out, and then I remember I called my dad because I didn't tell him until everything was confirmed that, like, we're not being funded. I remember calling my dad and then explaining the whole situation, that, Dad, like, this is what's going on, and I'm leaving. I'm living at a private student accommodation, so like they can actually kick you out because it's private. It's not like a school. So I called my dad and explained the whole situation. I was like, Dad, this is what's going on. I don't know what to do at this point in time. And rent is piling up. So this is month 2, Gilimo. So if it were to happen that I'm not funded, if this thing is true, it means for a month end I have to move out. And then my dad is like my dad, ne? He doesn't like to disappoint people, like, but at that point in time the fees were too much. Even if he could pay for my school fees, he can't afford to pay for my accommodation, so that's a problem. So he was so down. He didn't want to disappoint me, because my dad is that kind of person whereby if I come today and say, Papa, I need 5,000 rands, like he's gonna make sure like I have that by tomorrow. I'm gonna have that. Like he's just that guy. So I explained everything to him. Like, it was so sad to hear him like defeated. He was like, there's nothing I can do. Like, if it happens like that, it means you have to drop out. Like, there's nothing I can do at this point in time. I don't like disappointing you, but at this point in time I can't afford to pay for your fees and also pay for your accommodation and also feed you. Like, I can't do that. So it was so sad. Like, it was sad. And then I just went into depression. And then people's monies started reflecting on their student portal or whatever it's called. So their allowances started reflecting, their book allowances, their cash allowances. People were excited, and and then there was this girl, like Redula, in a commune, and then there's 6 of us, and then 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a living area, and then it's those bedrooms we share 2, so it's 2 in each room. So, but there was this other girl who, like, I was friends with in that, yeah, like we kind of became friends January, like when I moved there. We were one of those, like 3 of us moved in moved in very early, so we kind of became friends in a way, in a sense. Yeah, we kind of became friends. So when their money started to reflect so because they knew I was going through this, I was not funded, this was going on, like I was so stressed and everything, so they were very, what's this word, they were very careful not to talk about money related issues around me. I was not broke, but just because, like, Bona, they were receiving the money and now I was not, so there was like, they were very careful around me. Like, we didn't talk about money, so everything was fine because it was reflecting, okay, cool, but they didn't have the money, so everything was fine, like we were okay. And then some people's money started to get, like, they started receiving money, especially those who were doing 2nd year, 3rd year. They received their money first, and then when they received their money, oh people went shopping, people got haircuts, people got people got expensive things, people paper bag, boxes, shoes, everything, like, so this girl who I was very close with, who was my friend, I remember her money, it was at night, we were just sitting and stuff, and then money got into her bank account. Just because they were careful around me, like, she was so excited, but she didn't come to me. She went to the other girl, and then she showed the girl, like, she showed the girl like the notification that she has received money, and they were like smiling and everything, but they were being cautious that I don't see. But I kind of noticed the vibe, and I was like, oh, again, did you receive your money? And she was like, yeah, I did. I was like, can I see? And then she showed me, but she was like a little bit reluctant, if is that the right word? Yeah. And then she showed me, and then I was like, okay, no, I'm happy for you. I was really happy, but I was sad also that like, nah, my money didn't, the bursary thing didn't work out for me. So it was kind of sad. It was like a bittersweet kind of moment. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. But like that's when like I started to get into real deep depression. People, not that I didn't have stuff. Like I was okay. Like I was okay. I had food, I had clothes, I had everything that I needed at that time. But you know, it comes like people don't understand. Varsity comes with this pressure. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter whatever, like your background or anything. It just has this pressure. Like just because people received money, and then we were planning when we got there and stuff, mine failed, and then everyone in the house, imagine out of the 6 of us, only I didn't receive the money. Everybody, people, hey, things were happening there. Like it was like I went into depression, and then I was not coping also with schoolwork, and everything was just piling up. Like I remember Bay came at night one day, and then like we stayed in the car for like maybe an hour. I was crying. I was depressed, thinking, well, next week I have to move out because I can't afford. Like everything was just a mess. But in the end, everything worked out. Like we found out that the problem was with the school. They changed the code of the course. So, and then when the code got to NSFAS was like, I'm not funding this because it was not the code of the course that they were using the previous year. So, yeah, everything eventually started to come together because now I was funded. At least that stress was lifted off my shoulders, and then I knew no matter what happens, like it's all gonna school. So I knew. And then even school wasn't so bad. I adjusted to everything. I learned how to know I have to plan my time. I have to sleep at this particular time and wake up at this particular time, attend classes, and then study this time, meet my friends. Like I had to learn time management, and actually like Bay, like he like helped me a lot. Like he would advise me when I'm done. Like that guy like really helped me a lot, because I would call him midnight crying like, and then he would calm me down and drive. He would drive to Johannesburg, like, and yeah, and made sure I was okay. Like before he left, he made sure I was okay. And then yeah, I kind of got through it. So yeah, I was down like that month. It was really rough, guys. It was rough. Like I saw how depression was real. There were times whereby I was like, you know what, like God is failing me, because things never like like kidding, I'm not deserving of nice things. That's what I thought. And then ne this life thing, varsity will humble you in a way. Like it will humble you. But yeah, I got through it, and then eventually I was fine, and I was doing fine. I was not like fine, but I was doing fine. I was in a great space, and then I was managing to do schoolwork, meet deadlines, and everything. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm glad that you made it to the end of this video, and please kindly subscribe to my channel. See you next time.